Attending Emmanuel is easier and more affordable than ever. With 49 programs to choose from, both on campus and online, undergraduate and graduate, there's something for everyone. Home of the Emmanuel Lions, members of NCAA Division II and Conference Carolinas, in 30 sports, from baseball to bass fishing, our students represent us proudly on and off the field. With new grants and scholarships available beginning this year, there's no better time to be a Lion. Head over to ec.edu and apply today.
Hello, everybody. This is Logan Reese here with our new Assistant AD for Student Success, Tyler Gamble. Tyler, welcome to Emmanuel.
Yes, thank you. Glad to be here.
Awesome. So we'd like to just find out a little bit more about you and how you ended up at Emmanuel. So first off, how did you hear about Emmanuel, or how did you find out about this position?
So I'm local. I went to Commerce High School, been here my whole life, so I always knew about Emmanuel. And then, of course, I have a really good friend, Dr. Kirk McConnell, who's Mr. Emmanuel. So him being in this role before me and also being here, he really was a key part in getting me here.
Awesome. So has he even kind of raising you up to take this job, or was it kind of sprung on you? How long has this been in the making?
Actually, it's kind of sprung. Usually I talk to him every Sunday at church. We go to church together. And so a couple of Sundays ago, I actually just said, hey, you ready to start things off at Emmanuel? I'm coming out of high school education, so we usually talk school stuff. And he said at that moment, the Lord just kind of hit him like, hey, maybe he could take my position. So it was really kind of a last minute. The Lord just kind of threw it on Kirk, and here we are.
Awesome. So what's your background in athletics? Did you play any sports growing up, in college?
So I played a lot of sports growing up, and then by the time I got to high school, I just focused on basketball. Was fortunate enough to play on a pretty good high school team, and then went to play in college at Georgia State. And then I have been coaching high school locally for the past 6 or 7 years or so.
Awesome. So what are you going to take from your experience playing at Georgia State, a Division I school? What are you going to take from that to this role?
I think it goes well with Division II, but life in the balance, trying to balance all those things and trying to be a student and be an athlete and excel at both, especially for students. I think one of the keys is it's easy to focus on the athletic side. Every student wants to do that. So I think I'll be able to help them balance and want to be a better student as well, and not just focus so much on the athlete side of that.
Awesome. So what are you most excited about with this new job?
I think just kind of twofold. Being at Emmanuel, so far I've had nothing but a very positive experience. Everyone seems excited to be here and very pleasant, and it just seems like a place where there's going to be a lot of growth. But then also just working with students on a much larger scale than I have, with a larger population, and just kind of walking with them and getting to help them along the way in a very big part of their life, and see what God has for them and help them explore that calling and see what that looks like.
Awesome. So kind of in a more general sense, what are you passionate about?
I'm definitely passionate about students. I love students. I was a youth pastor. I've taught. I've kind of always been with students my whole life. I've done a lot with FCA. Of course, athletics, which is, again, back to kind of here. And then very, very passionate about ministry. My father-in-law, whom is much like a father to me, he's a pastor, and we've all of our family on my in-law side has been in ministry. So probably athletics, ministry, and students for sure.
Well, that's a perfect balance for this role.
Oh, yeah.
So one thing that Dr. McConnell was always great at is he somehow remembered every student's name. Do you think you're going to be able to fill those shoes? Are you good with names?
I am good with names, but I don't know about the level of him. He's very gifted in that. We had a running joke because he did a similar role, obviously not academics, but he was in charge of people at our church. And so it was pretty normal weekly. We would just ask him a random church member's email address, and he'd be able to quote it, or ask him their address, and he'd do it. So he's definitely gifted. So I got big shoes to fill there, but we'll get there. Yeah, we'll definitely get there. We'll give him a run for his money.
Awesome. Well, we're excited to have you, Tyler. Thanks so much for coming, and we look forward to getting to know you better and all the students getting to know you as well. Thank you.
Absolutely. Go Lions.